Can you believe it's already been 30 days since I've officially restarted this new chapter in my weight loss journey? And listen, this hasn't been a perfect ride. I hit some real roadblocks, like when I sprained my ankle and it forced me to slow down way more than I wanted to. But even with all of that, I am still here. I showed up and I have some results to share. If you're someone who is trying to lose weight in a realistic and sustainable way without doing extremes or burning out, this is for you. Let's talk about where I started, where I am now, and what I've learned since restarting my journey. So, at the start of my journey, I weighed 260 pounds. I was feeling stuck and like my body didn't feel like myself anymore. But I was tired of waiting for the perfect time to start. I did not want to sign up for another extreme program that I know that I could not stick with. I just wanted to feel better and stronger and more in control of my habits. I wanted to do it in a way that actually fits in with my life. So I made a simple plan. I would be walking on my walking pad treadmill every day, and I would do strength training a few days a week. I'd also start eating more with more awareness, not perfectly, but with intention. That's it. Nothing fancy. Just movement, nourishment, and showing up for myself. A few days in, I twisted my ankle. It wasn't anything major, thankfully, but it was enough to knock me off my rhythm. I had finally started to feel momentum, and then suddenly I couldn't walk in the way that I wanted to. In the past, that would have been it. But this time, I let myself slow down without quitting. I iced my ankle and rested, and I focused on upper body strength. And even on the days when I couldn't do much physically, I kept my head in the game. Because the truth is, progress does not mean perfection. It just means you keep going. Alright, so let's get to those numbers. So I started off at 260 pounds. I'm currently at 254 pounds. That is a 6 pound loss in 30 days. Now, 6 pounds might not sound like a ton to some people, but knowing that I spent a few weeks recovering from an ankle injury and I had to restart slowly on my journey, I am very proud of that number. So I also checked my measurements, waist, my hips, my bust, and my arm. And even more than the numbers, I am noticing things like my clothes are fitting a little looser, my face is slimming a little, and I have a lot more energy when I wake up in the morning. And that's what's keeping me going right now. And even more than the numbers, I am noticing things like my clothes are fitting a little looser, my face is slimming a little, and I have a lot more energy when I wake up in the morning. And that's what's keeping me going right now. And even more than the numbers, I am noticing things like my clothes are fitting a little looser, my face is... So here's what I really think helped me stay on track, even when things did not go as planned. Daily movement on my terms. So even when I couldn't walk like I wanted to, I moved in some way. That habit alone has changed my mindset. Doing short, strength-based workouts. So I'm not lifting super heavy, but I am building consistency, and honestly, I feel stronger already. I am eating real meals. So I didn't follow a super strict diet plan, but I made more meals at home. I work at home, so kind of have to. I had I had more protein with my meals. I am trying to be very intentional about my protein intake so that I ensure that I am building muscle. And I also paid attention to how the food made me feel. and that's been making a difference. Also, I am being accountable through these videos. So by showing up here, even just to talk about the ups and downs, it keeps me grounded and gives me a sense of purpose outside of just the scale. Let me be real about the mental part of it, because it's just as important as the workouts and the food. There are days when I did not want to keep going. Days when I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh, is this even working? And when the scale wasn't moving, I had to remind myself that this is a long game. So the biggest mindset shift that I've had is learning to separate effort from outcome. Just because I don't see big changes doesn't mean that the work I'm doing isn't worth it. Progress is happening even if it's quiet and even if it's slow. Some of the wins that mean the most to me this month had nothing to do with the weight. I have been sleeping deeper and waking up earlier and with more energy. I noticed I am less winded during doing the chores around the house, and I'm starting to crave movement instead of dreading it. I am saying no to old habits that used to sabotage me, like stress snacking or skipping meals. And these wins, they might be small, but they are very powerful. They remind me that change is happening in real time. Going into month 2, here's what I'm planning. Now that my ankle is feeling better, I am going to start increasing my walking time and maybe test out uh, a higher speed, since I'm not able to do inclines on this walking pad. I am also going to be adding more structure to my workout, to my strength training. Nothing fancy, just something to increase the amount of strength training that I do. I am going to be more intentional about tracking my food, and not to be obsessive, but just to ensure that I am aware of what it is that I'm eating and how that is either helping or not helping with my journey. And I also want to keep working on my relationship with food and movement, because this journey is more than just the weight loss. That is my 30-day update. Down 6 pounds, feeling stronger, and most importantly, still in the game. If you're watching this and thinking about starting your own journey, do it. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to wait on the right time. You just need a plan that fits with your life and the courage to keep showing up. Thank you so much for being here, whether this is your first video or you've been following from day one. If you're on a similar journey, drop a comment and let me know how it's going. Let's encourage each other. Don't forget to like and subscribe and stick around, because month 2 is just getting started.